It's your boy Emperor Valley bringing you the latest chapters of One Piece. What- Without further ado, let's get into it. Chapter titles: We Owe All There Is to Desire. Chapter opens up with the Vegapunks. We got the Vegapunks actually running. They said they running, screaming, saying they got Dr. Atlas, which is if y'all don't remember, Dr. Atlas is actually also another Vegapunk. If you didn't know, so and then we actually get to see Luffy's group as we see them saying intruders, and we see Luffy, Jinbei, and we see Luffy holding Jewelry Bonnie. So we see, then you got Chopper being all funny as all, being all scared as we all know him to be. He like, it's Rob Lucci. If y'all don't remember, Rob Lucci was an old villain that Luffy and group, I'm gonna say. Luffy and his group encountered way back then, like in a nose lobby. So that was interesting. And then you got Jinbei looking like, oh, like they really actually here, like to really kill Vegapunk. Like that's crazy. So here go Luffy, yo. You got Luffy like, yo, what the hell was you doing here, Pigeon God? Funniest, funniest thing. Go straight call him Pigeon Guy. So Rob Lucci looking like, yo, you do realize this is a government island, right? So you got Luffy looking like him. So, well, put it that way, we in the wrong, ain't we? Like, mate, y'all in the wrong. Like, did y'all just not forget this is a government island? Like, we're government employed. We serve the five elders, mate. We have all rights to be here, unlike you, pirate. So, and then you got Kako and them looking like, yo, honestly, you can't even harm Luffy no more. Like, you can't harm Luffy or his group because, yo, they are emperors of the sea now. And it's like, yo, I like how we get to see people actually recognizing that it's like the emperor of the sea status really holds weight. And let's not forget, making the enemy out of Luffy is like, yo, let's not forget he got the whole Grand Fleet over like 5,000, I believe, pirates under him. And it's like, yeah, so let's not forget that. And he got his own territory. So yeah. Ooh. So yeah, so Rob Lucci looking like, yeah, well, you got a fair point. So you got Luffy looking like, yo, Jinbei. Look at the body for me. Like, yeah. So he goes over there to check on Vegapunk 5, which is Atlas, if y'all didn't know. So he looking like, yo, it's her. Like that kid from before. This is awful because like she is straight up destroyed. We see like it looked like half of her face is missing. So it's like damn. So Raul Bucci was like, yo, bro, honestly, man, I don't care. I'm well aware of the consequences. That said, we about to handle our handle. So Luffy immediately told Chopper like, yo, bro, like come over here, do what you can do, and try to save her like if you can. So Chopper looking like, yo, I'm gonna do what I can do, but at the end of the day, this is more of Frankie's expertise because we all know Frankie is a shipwreck, but he's more robotic. Like he actually deal with the whole robots, robotic stuff, metal stuff like that. Because Chopper is actually a doctor, so for clarification. So we got Luffy with a pissed off stoic face like, yo, we about to throw down because you hurt her and she gave us food. Man, whoever gives me food, I'm riding to the very end with them. So yeah, we getting into it. So nah, yeah, so then we get the whole Navy HQ with Admiral Sakazuki. Really hate the guy. Really pisses me off, genuinely. So he actually get word that the pirates are on Egghead. So he looking like, what the hell, man? So he looking like, cool, you know what? That's great, but where is Kizaru? So he looking like, yo, they looking like, yo, at the end of the day, Kizaru is already en route to AK. So Sakazuki just smiling, bro. Like, he like, yeah, you know what? I'm liking this. I'm definitely liking this. Like, he already understood the situation. So he like, yo, honestly, so CP0, don't do nothing under any circumstances, under any, until the Marines arrive, bro. And that's the order. And then we come back to the new world inside of Egghead, and yo, honestly, before straight bangers, like we just straight up saying Luffy and Rob Lucci, they going at it. And let me tell you, that mate, Luffy isn't giving, boy. You got Chopper and them running like, yo. You got Chopper like, yo, at least let us just get some distance before you just sit up here and just whip out the big guns like that. So you got Rob Lucci looking like, yo, you're not the only one that got stronger. And then we finally get a whole cover spread of Rob Lucci inside of his awakened form. And it looked dope. It looked like he looked like his hybrid form, but just with black flames around his body. So like how Luffy got like the white clouds over it, it looks similar to that, but it's more like fiery and it's black. And so yeah, so then they actually transfer to Shaka group, and then we actually get Vegapunk, the original Vegapunk. He's rushing over there like, yo, he's like, yo, who's that? Like, is he on the screen? Like, is that the white warrior of liberation? Like, so you got like, so you got Frank and I'm looking like, yo, how the hell did you get up here so fast? So they looking like, and then, so they explain to him like, yeah, now that's just Luffy using his gum gum fruit. But like, so like, it's because they say that, and then you got Vegapunk like, yo, by any chance, do you actually know the story behind Luffy using, like his story before his transformation? And they look like, honestly, we don't know. Honestly, we just don't. Because if I didn't know, like they was unaware and they was battered and bruised when Luffy actually first entered to give it. So that's pretty interesting. So Vegapunk start to tell them a story about how Nika, the sun god Nika, and a white warrior of liberation is told. Yeah, and then we see Luffy just straight sitting up there laughing, just goofing around, just straight disrespecting this man's Rob Lucci. It's honestly, it's hilarious. It's just hilarious, man. And then like, so Vegapunk also he actually starts to go into detail, telling him like, yo, honestly, all our stuff like worship and praying, like everything we want, we wish for, the impossible things, it becomes possible based off of our desire. So therefore, it comes into the form of the shape of devil fruit. So he explained how devil fruits actually come into pretty much existence and how it is and how it functions, and that goes against all regulations of Mother Nature. And this is why all devil fruit users is hated by the sea. So we owe all our desires to that simple thing right there. And everybody look at this, and then we get a whole clash with Rob Lucci, the iconic clash from the very back then, when Rob Lucci and Luffy actually fought in Gears 2. Like he act like it's so dope seeing that, and it's like, yo, honestly, the sea itself hates them because of that one specific reason. Then we see Samurai, Sasamori, which actually explains the whole hierarchy of the Samurais. And so it's the five elders, and then it's Vegapunk, Saratori, and then it's people with the authority chip. So they looking like, so we get four serums. It look like it's Sarah Jinbei, Law, Mihawk, and Robin. So they looking like, yeah. So he actually tells them, so they explain it, and then you get the CP0 agents looking like, honestly, let's use this to our advantage. So they asked them to tag us to attack, and they forget, and it's like, yo, honestly. So Kiku looking like, damn, I guess at this point, shit, we're in trouble because it looked like seniority is actually the whole situation. So Samatori looking like, yo, S-Bear, get rid of these suits. Like, bro, so he's about to wait, wasteland to niggas. Like, he about to just do it, get them over. And then he explains the whole seniority again. So Kiku looking like, yo, honestly, this ain't looking good. Like Luffy, he asking Lucci like, yo, you should pull back if you need help. Then we get Luffy new move. He used Gum Gum mold pistol, which actually goes into the ground. The ground actually mold this up into a fist. And it looked like it's just straight up one shots Rob Lucci. So then you got some sorry. He look like, yo, bro. So he's telling the Serums, let's move out. Let's get rid of him. And it looked like, yeah. So then you got Jinbei and Chopper and them just talking. And then you got Luffy like, oh, Battywax died. Long time no see. Yo, Luffy is just when he's just in the middle of talking, but he's in a fight. So you got Samatori looking like, yo, bro, don't just nickname me, bro. Like, yo, at the end of the day, we still is enemies. And he like, yeah. So like, and then you got Samatori like, yo, honestly, if you really gonna let Vegapunk escape with you, Luffy just laughing hysterically like, yeah, he asked me, so don't sweat it. Samatori like, I'm not sure I can trust you. You're an Emperor of the Sea and all, but thank you. Then we see Rob Lucci straight gets up and use handgun on Samatori, who's actually was the he was the guy who was controlling the pacifistas and serums. So he looking like Luffy gets upset like Battywax. Yo, I'm sorry, Luffy is just a clown. And then we see Samatori actually bleeding out. And then we got Lucci all like, yo, since he's cut down, all we gotta do is just take his head and now the Serums obey us. So attack. Yeah, this is all us. Now we got them. And honestly, the Serums is actually a pretty big deal. And if y'all remember, like, I think 15 chapters ago, the Serums actually even had Blackbeard swear a little bit. And that's actually pretty interesting because we also know Blackbeard is also a fellow Emperor of the Sea. But that is it for this chapter. Guys, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think down below. And consider giving me a like, subscribe, and remember, have an awesome day. Imperial Valley out. Peace.